Your kids could get free or low-cost health coverage from Medicaid or CHIP. Even if you've applied before, they may be eligible now. Kids up to age 19 are covered for checkups, vaccines, dentist visits, hospital care, and more. And if they already have Medicaid or CHIP, remember to renew every year. Visit insurekidsnow.gov or call 877-KIDS-NOW. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
If you've been thinking about getting serious with your money, like actually serious, now's the time. The Motley Fool is offering new members 50% off their iconic stock recommendation service, Stock Advisor. This is the same service that's crushed the market with recommendations that have returned 1,057% since inception, compared to the S&P 500's 180% over that same period. This isn't guesswork. The Motley Fool has a track record of finding companies before they become household names. So if you want to invest smarter and you like saving money while doing it, go to fool.com/listen to claim your 50% off discount off a 1-year term of Stock Advisor. Again, that's fool.com/listen. Returns of 1,057% are from the Motley Fool's product Stock Advisor and measured against S&P 500 returns of 180% as of July 10th, 2025. Past performance is not an indicator of future results. All investing involves a risk of loss. Individual investment results may vary.
Kulturecast. I'm Chris Stachiw. Sean Liang is out today, but I am joined by a metal band from LA, Wovoka. How are you guys doing today?
Doing good, man. Yep.
The enthusiasm is positively off the charts. And Wovoka is made up of bassist Rashid, guitarist Eric, Troy on drums, and my good friend Cody on guitar and vocals. Cody and I know each other from way back in our formative years at the University of Missouri, now known as the University of Protesting.
And racism.
University of Racism. It's okay. I went to the University of North Texas my final year, otherwise known as the University of Shooting People Who Walk Around Campus with Axes. So... that happened today on my campus. They shot someone who was walking around with a hatchet and killed him.
Well, like today.
Yeah, like last night.
That's
so
a really current event.
I'm keeping it fresh, real, and current, guys. Before we talk about Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead, and play the interview with Jason Yachanin, who was Arbie in the film, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about your band, Wovoka. So tell me about your band. Not all at once, obviously. You're gonna we play music and
yeah, we play heavy music that sounds a lot like Neurosis and ISIS and Cult of Luna.
So for our listeners who may not be familiar with those bands,
it sounds like butt rock.
Does it sound anything like Hinder?
It sounds everything like Hinder and Creed and Disturbed. We worship those bands.
You went to Hinder, right?
Yeah, one time. Actually, with this guy.
Yeah, right. We may or may not have met Hinder on their tour bus.
They may or may not have been a bunch of fucking tools.
They were. Hey, man, this one album cover has women with their shirts off. Cool.
Yeah, that was their means of trying to impress us. I think we left promptly after that.
I was like, all right, bro, cool. You guys aren't Metallica. You realize that, right? I thought I was going to a Metallica show. So you guys are based out of LA. How long have you guys been together doing the band thing?
When I moved back to LA from the University of Missouri, me and Troy started the band with our old bass player, and then that lasted for a short period of time, and then eventually Eric joined the band, and then eventually Rashid replaced our old bass player, and I think so about 2012 we started, but I don't think we really started doing anything serious with it until 2013, something like that. Yeah, 2014.
Yep.
Yeah.
And how many shows have you guys played? Are you guys doing that every week? What's kind of the
I think we've lost count about the amount of shows.
Yeah.
Played a shit ton.
We played a shit ton. Yeah, we played a couple tours. Plan another tour right now. Yeah, I mean, we take gigs when we can get them. I think we play probably once a month in LA, and then go on tour every 6 months, whenever work allows us to.
That's awesome. And are you guys playing your own original songs? You guys do covers as well, or what's kind of?
We do all originals, but we're planning to do a
full Disturbed cover set.
Yeah.
At some point in 2016, probably around Halloween.
Yeah, we're all gonna dress up like people from the new metal world. So like Limp Bizkit and Disturbed and Korn. And we're planning on, our dream, I think, is to do an a cappella version of Kiss from a Rose. Because why not?
I was really hoping you guys were going to do all metal covers of Hall & Oates songs. That for me as a fan of metal. Obviously, the only thing I think of when I think of metal is Hall & Oates. So those dudes were metal as fuck, dude. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. When can our listeners who live in LA see you guys? When's your next upcoming show?
It's our next show.
That's the 25th.
January 25th at the Silver Lake Lounge with the band Silver Snakes.
And is that somewhere you guys play often? Do you guys play the same place often, or is it just kind of all over LA?
Kind of spread.
Yeah, we play there's a handful of venues that do more metal shows than other venues, so we tend to play maybe 4 or 5 different venues regularly as opposed to other places.
Cool. Well, yeah, I've listened to some of y'all's stuff, and I've really enjoyed it. I'm a fan of metal, so I'm a little biased. I'm biased. If I played it for my mom and dad, they'd probably be like, "Who the fuck is this music?" Like, turn your Kenny G back on, you old bastards.
I think all of our parents just pretend to like our music.
Yeah, it's great, and then the singing just kind of brings it down.
My mom is always kind of concerned because she doesn't think that she raised me right because I sound too angry.
It's the layer of optimism underneath the negativity, Cody. That's all what it's about, okay? You can be positive while being negative. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, let us take a leave of talking about music and talk about some movies before we talk about Poultrygeist. Have you guys been watching anything this week of note?
I saw Krampus.
Yeah, I saw Krampus. I love Krampus.
No, incredible movie.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad to hear you liked it. Most people I know fucking hated it.
I don't know how you could hate that movie.
I thought it was great.
Most people are stupid, and horror movies are never well reviewed.
That's
so
true. I really thought Krampus was great. I think we're all watching Ash vs. Evil Dead
every goddamn week.
Because it's fucking awesome.
It's the fucking greatest thing that ever happened to television, as far as I'm concerned.
So stoked on it.
Yeah, it's really good. And if you're a fan of the show, I actually talked with Ray Santiago, who plays Pablo, on the show. I spoke with him a couple weeks ago, so that interview is over at the site if you want to check it out. But he had nothing but nice things to say about what's the guy's name? I'm just kidding, Bruce Campbell. I really like that show. I'm glad to hear you guys are checking it out. I don't feel like enough people I know who like horror are watching it. So
that's scary to think.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it is on Stars, which is kind of like the odd man out whenever I think of for-pay cable.
Yeah, it's the unwanted stepchild.
What, they have that other show, that Outlander show that all the housewives get super into and masturbate to while their kids are at school?
Isn't the Banshee on that too?
No, that's on Skinamax.
That makes more sense.
That makes way more Skinamax. I mean,
so that's like even lower tier than Stars. Is Cinemax.
I actually like that show. That's a good show, Banshee.
Who would like that show?
It's fun. It's got titties and explosions. Like, what else do you want?
So
well,
dude.
Yeah.
if you're Michael Bay, probably nothing other than titties or a notion of titties and explosions. So.
A notion of titties.
Come on, I've never
fucking and kung fu and guns and stuff. I love
it.
Yeah.
Karate.
So just Ash vs. the Evil Dead. Have you guys been collectively watching anything else?
I started Jessica Jones. Is that good? Yeah, it was okay.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I saw.
I liked it.
Yeah, I've heard good things. I've only seen 2 episodes.
I'm very sick, so I yesterday I spent the entire day watching the extended versions of the Hobbit trilogy.
Oh, haven't even seen the 3rd one.
You know that there are 3 other better movies based on Lord of the Rings. It's called the Lord of the Rings movies.
Lord of the Rings.
I do. I had a mission, and that was to spend the entire day watching all of them. I made it through up to the Fellowship of the Ring, and then I fell asleep. There's just too many hours of movies.
And the Hobbit movies are bad.
Really bad.
Awful.
You know what? I'm not going to lie. I think I'm the only person that enjoys them, and it's just a mild enjoyment, and I'll stick to it. I'll take it.
I hate them.
The only thing that I find mildly enjoying is Martin Freeman as Bilbo. Everything else is kind of just like...
He is a good Bilbo.
Yeah, everything else is kind of like, we've already seen this.
He's a solid actor.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
I don't know. I kind of have a boner for Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, so I get over it, I guess.
Yeah. I just been watching Star Wars like every day.
Just getting ready.
Yeah.
Getting ready.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we're all counting down the hours to 1 a.m. on Thursday, West Coast time.
I'm excited.
Or Friday,
But-
yeah.
I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Your kids could get free or low-cost health coverage from Medicaid or CHIP. Even if you've applied before, they may be eligible now. Kids up to age 19 are covered for checkups, vaccines, dentist visits, hospital care, and more. And if they already have Medicaid or CHIP, remember to renew every year. Visit insurekidsnow.gov or call 877-KIDS-NOW. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hello, my name is Kevin Tudor, and I'm one of the 3 hosts of Almost Major, a film podcast dissecting many major indie studios and the films they release. Every week, myself, Charlie Nash, and Bryden Doyle discuss overlooked, forgotten, or bona fide classic indie films via studio-specific miniseries. We've previously covered numerous films from Artisan Entertainment, Lionsgate Films, and New Line Cinema. Titles including The Blair Witch Project, American Psycho, Dogville, But I'm a Cheerleader, Saw, Requiem for a Dream, and Ringmaster, you know, the Jerry Springer film. Anyways, we have a fun time every week and we hope you will join us. Subscribe to Almost Major wherever you get your podcasts. Now proudly a part of the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Best way to put it.
I don't know. I have faith.
Yeah.
As long as it's even remotely better than 1, 2, and 3, I'm happy.
That's not exactly hard.
No, it
No.
can't be.
No.
I mean, right? I mean, that's not a hard thing, hopefully.
I think so far the trailers, just all the combined trailers,
Or better.
are better than 1, 2, and 3.
Well, and if you go back and look at the trailers for 1, 2, and 3, they give away literally like 90% of each of those movies, which I just found to be astounding.
My friend recently informed me that there's a version that you can watch called the Phantom Edit. It starts at the end of episode 1 and shows the fight where Qui-Gon dies, and then condenses episodes 2 and 3, and it's all 1 2.5 hour, basically just like, you know, all the quote unquote important scenes of those movies. So I don't know, that could be worth it, I guess.
Those movies they took everything that was good about Star Wars and didn't put it in there, if that makes sense. They just omitted all the things that were awesome about Star Wars.
Yeah.
So
They took all the stuff that you wanted and then didn't give it to you.
replaced it with trade tariffs and political music. Because isn't that what you want to see? A black stereotype in the Senate, right? Yeah. That was fun. What have I been watching this week? I started watching Daredevil, which was...
That's pretty good.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I like Daredevil a lot.
I had one of my friends, one of the writers for the site, has nothing but bad things to say about it.
Just to clarify, we're talking about the television series and not the Ben Affleck movie, right?
Mother of God, no, I would not. I would not put myself through that shit. No, the Netflix original series, yeah. It's good. I actually watched Jessica Jones first, so I wasn't as blown away by the tone of the show because the tones of each of those shows are pretty the same.
Yeah.
But I really I've been enjoying it so far. I'm like a third of the way through it. And then I watched another Netflix original, which is The Ridiculous Six, which if you want to see Chris Parnell get shit on diarrhea spewing out of a burro's asshole for a couple minutes, I guess.
A couple of minutes?
It's probably only like 30 seconds, but it seems longer than that because there is literally a scene where for 10 minutes they play baseball with John Turturro. Like, I'm not even exaggerating how long. It's like a 10-minute respite in the movie where they meet John Turturro, who's in the middle of a field with a bunch of like Chinese like railroad workers, and he's teaching them how to play basebal.
Isn't that Jesus?
Yeah, the Jesus.
The Jesus?
Yeah.
Jesus, no one.
So in Ridiculous 6, some of like the big cameos are Vanilla Ice as Mark Twain, David Spade as General Custer. Harvey Keitel is in the movie as well.
What?
Yeah, Harvey Keitel he gets his head cut off with a shovel.
Oh, all right.
But
On a scale of 1 to the most high you've ever been in your life, how stoned do you have to be to watch this movie?
I don't even think being as stoned as I've been in my life would make this movie funny.
It's like fucking episode 1 of Star Wars. I tried the other day to get as stoned as I possibly could and watch that, and I made it through 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's so bad.
Yep.
Like everybody knows Adam Sandler's shtick by now, and it's like the same like dick and fart jokes and his like famous friends showing up and cameoing in the movie, and like that shit's not funny anymore. Comedy has progressed past that, and someone who finds Ridiculous 6 funny, you know, good for them, I guess. They know who their audience is, and it's made for like that specific audience. It just looks like a paycheck to everybody else who is in the movie other than Adam Sandler, and even him. I mean, he signed a 4-movie deal with Netflix, so this is the first of 4 fucking shitball movies. So, let's move on to the movie we're supposed to be talking about, and a good movie. Poultrygeist was released in 2006. It's directed by Lloyd Kaufman, of the Troma film creator. And the synopsis of the film is: when Arbie's girlfriend turns out to be a lesbian, he decides not to go to college but to work at the American Chicken Bunker, where she always protests. One thing, the American Chicken Bunker was built on the ancient burial ground and on toxic waste. What will Arbie do when the mutated toxic spirits of Indians enter the dead carcass of the chickens? It's Poultrygeist, Attack of the Chicken Zombies.
I'm a high school graduate just trying to make his way in this topsy-turvy world. My life, it sucks. And my one true love?
I'll stay true to you. It'll never change me. I promise.
Is a left-wing lipstick lesbo liberal. Ah, Wendy!
Arbie?
You said you'd never change, but here you are, you're just bumping tacos.
You're hired.
What do I do?
You're the counter girl.
You fool! This restaurant is built on ancient Troma tribe sacred Indian burial ground. Get out while you still can. Get out!
Have you guys seen this film before, and kind of what are your thoughts on it?
I know me and Cody have seen it before. I saw it for the first time, like probably a couple years ago.
I saw it when it came out in 2006. I had not seen it since this morning. I woke up and watched it.
Yeah, I watched it again like 2 nights ago.
Troy and Rashid?
I've not even heard of the movie until 2 days ago.
You're welcome.
Troy?
Yeah, I just saw it today, so I'd heard of it before, but I'd never seen it.
What'd you guys think of it?
Rashid,
Can we be honest?
How do you really feel?
It fucking sucked.
Now, I liked the movie.
I think it's fucking hysterical, but it's a gigantic piece of shit.
I think it's self-aware enough to excuse the fact that it's a piece of shit. And I actually kind of thought that it had some kind of clever commentary, and I don't know. I thought it was enjoyable. I guess in theory it's a waste of, as far as good filmmaking, it's a waste of 2 hours of your life. But I don't know. I enjoyed it.
I never seen it before it made our list for So Bad They're Still Bad month. I liked it. I think it's I think it has kind of a place with kind of like the original Evil Dead movie. That's what it really reminds me of. In kind of the low budget, low brow level of kind of slapstick gore.
A little note, Eric. Your little tidbit of information you gave us this morning.
Oh, I don't know where I read this, but I read some like weird bit of information the other day that it was something like Poultrygeist cost Troma, I think it was something like $500,000 to make, like production wise.
Yeah.
And then in the box office, it made only 20 grand.
Yeah, that's right.
And so I'm just like, cool. That's like everything that you did not know about that movie before watching it, you now know based on that fact.
That it was just a box office bomb.
Well, I mean, it's I don't know. You could tell they spent all the money on just buckets and buckets of green goo and blood and like really cheesy like visual effects and stuff that are hilarious. And that's like the whole thing that carries the whole movie for me is like all the over the top like stupid hilarious gore stuff. That stuff's kind of great.
Well, and that for me is my favorite part of the movie is the fact that the movie, like most Troma films, doesn't shy away from the gore and the blood and the just kind of the over the top insanity that you would hope when you watch a movie that is a Troma film.
And the fact that it's a musical just
makes it worse.
Makes it so much worse.
Yeah, the music is not great.
Yeah, I think my only gripe with the movie really was the music. If they had just gotten rid of the musical elements, I think I would have enjoyed it a lot more and would actually suggest somebody that they watch it.
I think they would have cut down like a solid half an hour of the movie too.
Yeah, it's too fucking long. That's really the problem with it.
Should have been like an hour.
Yeah.
Should have been a short film.
Should have been a short film, yeah.
I always kind of wonder what the idea behind introducing the music was, because it's not particularly good music.
No, it's really out of place too.
Yeah.
It's not like Cannibal the Musical where the music seems like it makes sense and should be there.
Oh God, don't get me started on that movie. Oh no. I'm not even gonna. Nope.
We were just talking about this morning how that is like, so some of us, Troma's only saving grace is that movie, and it's because of Trey and Matt.
Is that a Troma film?
Yes.
Is it? Man. Yeah, it is. Yeah. What do you know? I didn't even realize that. I guess I should have realized it watching the movie.
Now it makes so much more sense.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Toxic Avenger is pretty good.
I've loved those fucking movies, and I love redneck zombies.
But
do you love movies? So do I. What's up, y'all? It's KB, and I love movies. Inviting you to listen to The Conversation, a film podcast where passion meets perspective and opinion. From the old school to the new, I invite a guest on to discuss the movies that thrill us, challenge us, break our hearts, or even blow our minds. There's always new episodes dropping wherever you get your podcasts. So join the conversation. We don't just watch movies. We love talking about them too. The Conversation with KB Loves Movies, a part of Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
This movie is... I really feel like if this movie didn't have the music, I would have enjoyed it. I mean, I liked it, but I think I would have enjoyed it more because the songs are just so out of place, and the actors who are singing those songs they're not trained singers.
Oh.
So
it takes you out of it. Like any kind of like morbid, hilarious fun you're having, like watching this like just train wreck of a gory piece of shit movie is just all derailed by the shitty, terrible music that happens.
Yeah. I do like how they go after everything in this movie. They go after people who are afraid of Muslims. They go after gay Hispanics. They go after rednecks who fuck animals. They go after lipstick lesbians. No one is safe from Lloyd Kaufman and Troma in this movie.
Especially the wave of people, I guess in 2006 and prior and now, of the wave of people freaking out over eating better and how unhealthy American food is. And also the treatment of animals. That's like a side little tidbit that they just decided to throw in there.
And people with diaper fetishes.
So out of place and so good.
Just everything. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love that the characters are named after, various fast food places like Arbie and Wendy and Mickey and Carl Jr. and Paco Bell and General Leroy.
What's General Leroy?
He's the guy that runs that owns the stupid fucking.
I guess it's supposed to be Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Dressed like Colonel Sanders, including the bad hair dye to make his hair look white.
It's a patented flavor pal.
Yep.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Only high quality chicken flavored foodstuffs.
Dude, Denny is the shit. He's the only good actor in the whole fucking movie.
Jambalaya, Crawdaddy, Po' Boy, Gumbo, goddammit! They later say he's the blackened Cajun chicken man. It's so racist. The whole movie is so racist.
Yeah.
And I think that, obviously it's intentional with its racism, and it jokes around with its racism.
Of course.
And I think that that's the great thing about it, because this movie, I think if this movie came out now, it's only been 11 years since 11. God, what is math? 9 years. It's only been 9 years since this movie came out. I don't think this movie, with how PC the society has gotten, I think this movie would be like,
it would get crucified.
Right?
Yeah, it would never happen.
It would be like the University of Missouri in the current stance.
Oh my God, just taken out back and fired. And I think that that's an interesting conversation, though, that needs to be had about movies like this one, that it's not serious. It's not a serious movie at all. No. And the fact that it's talking about this like crazy racist shit, like, oh, there's a character named Hummus who is a woman wearing a burqa who they're convinced is going to like blow up the restaurant.
And does blow up the restaurant.
Yeah, she is.
Right. Like, it's not serious on any level. And I think that when you're doing something like that with with racism or Islamophobia or homophobia, like this movie has all three of those things. I think it's okay to do it in this way.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Well, because if anybody ever watched this movie and misconstrued what was going on with it, like for being serious as opposed to being satire, they are a fucking moron and need to be shot in the face.
Violent.
Oh. But you're right, because it's not serious.
No.
Nothing about this movie is remotely serious. If you think a movie where a guy where an undead hand comes up and sticks its finger in his ass is a serious movie,
it's a great way to start a motion picture, I'd say.
I mean, it really sets the tone for sure. In the first couple minutes of the movie, Arbie and Wendy are having sex in a graveyard. I guess it's the Native American graveyard where the chicken bunker is being built. And a undead hand comes out of the ground and sticks its finger in his ass. And he's like, oh, Wendy, how did you know? And then it breaks off in his asshole.
Yeah, and he saves it. He
saves it. He's like smelling it the rest of the movie.
Calls it his butt plug. Yeah. He presents it to Wendy later. It's like, remember our butt plug?
He's got it tied around his neck when he shows up to the chicken place.
If you think that this movie is serious, you're high as shit. And or you're up your own ass a little too much.
That's how you know you're too high.
Yeah. Everything is serious.
You're like, oh.
What did you guys think of Lloyd Kaufman in the movie as old Arbie? I guess is what he's billed on IMDb as old Arbie.
I don't know. I thought that part seemed a little interesting to me because it seemed like they were trying to put in like two different versions of the Harbinger figure. Like, because the first Harbinger figure was fucking Ron Jeremy coming in and like giving them the warning.
Just love it.
And then you have like old Arbie. What bugged me about that part is that it made zero sense to put that in there at all. At all. There's no explanation of why there are two Arbies, where the alternate universe comes in there.
He throws a hard R too.
Yeah.
He throws one in.
Yeah, he does throw a hard R in there. It's not, really not PC.
And I had to rewatch it twice to make sure that it happened, and it did.
Hard R?
We can't necessarily.
Yeah, I think we're too white to actually say it, but
he throws a hard R on the N-word.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like a weird thing where old Arbie is talking to young Arbie, and it just like is a thing that just happened super fast, and I was like, wait, what just happened? And I rewound it, and I listened back to it, and I've been laughing about it all morning.
Just because he threw a hard R on the N-word?
Yeah, I was like, man, all right. They went for it. I was like, good for these guys.
Yeah, I mean, that's really just, I think this reinforces the idea that this movie really would, like you guys said, it would be crucified.
Yeah.
Absolutely crucified.
Between that and the part where General Leroy says, what does he say? It's something like, hey, Junior, get over here with those matches. This cross ain't going to burn itself.
I forgot about that. Oh, man. Dear God.
Oh, man. I love the Jared appearance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially now after all of the recent publicity that he's had.
Yeah, I almost wish the movie had been made now to hear what they would have done with that.
Oh, my God. That would have been fantastic.
And I also thought it was funny that they put Jared in there and that he was the first person that died because it was like...
But did he die?
Well, they never really explained what happens to him.
He just shat himself out.
Yeah, he shat himself out, becomes thin again. But that's like the only point where they plug in like the proverbial like healthy fast food restaurant.
Yeah.
I really like the effects because you guys talk about the part where this obese man, just absolutely huge guy is eating food on the toilet. And he shits himself.
Oh, yeah.
It's like in movies like this one where the effects are so low budget, you can almost like feel it. It makes you feel gross after watching the movie.
Yeah.
And how low budget these effects are.
I'm not going to be able to eat fried chicken for probably a solid couple of weeks.
Fried chicken with some delicious flavor pods on them.
As far as low budget effects, though, I will say they made a very effective use of their budget with the part where the eggs come out of the man's nipples. and
the titty eggs.
The titty eggs hatch, and then another zombie chicken goes and mama birds their fucking guts into the baby chicken's mouths, growing out of the man's nipples.
Yeah.
Well, that's a first for this podcast. Nipple eggs and, just nipple eggs.
And mama birding.
Mama birding.
Mama birding and nipple eggs.
That's actually exclusively how we feed each other in the band.
That's true.
Oh, God. I can just imagine you guys on stage just vomiting into each other's mouths now. Just
When we're not on stage, we basically try to be the band Guar in real life.
Yeah, but that's just like behind closed doors. That's just for us.
Yeah.
We've talked about the effects, and you mentioned, Cody, that they did really do a good job of stretching their budget out with the effects.
Yeah, parts of it are pretty fucking enjoyable. I mean, let's talk about again, Jared exploding out of his fat suit.
I swear to God, that scene is like 5 minutes of nonstop him just shitting all over.
It really is. It's almost 4 minutes too long. But that's the thing about Troma, right? Is Troma they don't take any prisoners when it comes to shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is funny. This guy's like shitting himself out. Let's just do it for another 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And have like censored shots of his asshole on the toilet.
That was my favorite part, was the fact that they actually censored some of it. And then it's all these little censor bars flying all over the place.
Yeah. As he's shitting.
I wonder if that was his real butthole or if that was like a prosthetic butt.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I don't know.
See, now these are the things that keep me up at night.
I would assume it was his real asshole. Come on. Do you know how much a prosthetic butthole would cost? I don't, but I don't want to find out.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just spitballing.
Then that just brings up a good question on what is the cost effectiveness of paying somebody to get their butthole filmed as opposed to making a prosthetic butthole.
Well, let's be honest here. If you're in a Troma film and you're associated with the Troma brand, like the actor who played Jared is in this movie, because he's been in several Troma films, I don't think he cares.
He probably signed an agreement that just said in there, like, if we need your, dick and or balls / butthole filmed, like, you're good with that, right? And he was like, yeah, whatever.
You're good with us filming your brown eye, dude. Your cornhole. You okay with that?
Chocolate starfish.
Chocolate starfish.
Don't flame with water.
I didn't really think about this actually until today. Are these guys still making movies?
Troma?
Yeah.
I want to say yes. I mean, Lloyd Kaufman is kind of, he's kind of a big part of the low budget indie horror scene still. He started in 1969, so Jesus Christ, a long time ago. The original Toxic Avenger came out in 84.
Yeah.
But I would assume, this is the last really big,
like, Troma labeled movie.
Yeah.
Everything else now is just short films released on YouTube, their YouTube channel, right?
Yeah. But Troma has a lot of these movies kind of either distributed by them or made by them, Bloodsucking Freaks, Cannibal the Musical, Poultrygeist, Redneck Zombies, Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD. Have you guys ever seen that?
No.
It's a NYPD cop who becomes a kabuki man. Like I essentially just explained the title. I didn't explain the movie at all. But it is what the title says. So it's literally just like if you've seen this movie, then you can kind of guess what the other Troma films are going to be like. Well, let's take a break here for a minute. We'll play the interview with Jason Yachanin, who played Arbie in the film, and when we get back, we'll finish up talking about the film. So, how did you initially get involved with Poultrygeist?
Funny thing about Poultrygeist and Troma, I was in Manhattan, doing the acting thing, looking at the breakdowns of all the auditions, and I saw this thing for this horror movie, Poultrygeist, and it listed a breakdown of all the characters, and the one, Arbie, fit what I, was getting sent out to and what I was going to, for most roles. It was asking for kind of like a nerdy, kind of geeky kind of guy, not really an action hero, has some troubles with the lady. So I was like, all right, well, I was just sending out to everything at that time. So I was like, awesome, that sounds good. I'll send into that. So got a call for the audition, went in for the audition, had probably like 8 callbacks for it before getting the roles. And what's so funny is I tell people that I didn't know what Troma was at the time. And when I told my brother, oh yeah, hey, I just got this movie role, this Troma film, he freaked out. He was like, wait, you're doing a Troma film? And I was like, yeah. Well, is that good or bad? And he was like, no, it's excellent. They've got like this huge underground fan base. It's awesome. And so I had never, like I said, I had never heard of it, so I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. Yeah, I found out exactly firsthand what he was talking about. It was definitely an experience. Yes.
What after you found out what Troma was, what Troma films did you watch to kind of start getting yourself acquainted with Lloyd Kaufman and his body of work?
I watched Terror Firmer, and I only watched about half of it before I turned it off, and I was like, fuck. What did I just get myself into? Yeah, I only really watched half of that, and then the rest is history, I guess, because I went off to Buffalo and was there for about 3 months experiencing Poultrygeist.
When you were on set with the other actors, kind of what was it like being on set with all the practical effects and the blood and the gore and stuff?
I've said this in a couple other interviews. My voice just cracked. It looks like I'm going through puberty right now.
You're just channeling Arbie. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. How do I answer this? So, it was insane. It was, but insane in like kind of the best way it could be. Lloyd was very, very nice to all the actors, very, very kind to all of us. But then the crew, he would really lay into some of these crew members and scream at them and, more blood, you retard, and fuck you, you don't know what you're doing. Just go on these tirades, and then to us he was like, do you need anything? Are you okay? How about some dinner money? And then he's like, fuck you, more blood. so I mean, I'm probably painting a bad picture of him, but I mean, I think people love that about him. I think that's like one of the things he's known for. And so these crew people would come and work for free, and it was complete chaos, but it was a fun kind of chaos. Again, did I answer
you say that they were working for free? I'm assuming they were working for free because they were getting to work with Lloyd Kaufman.
Yeah. I mean, people like would come from different. We had people from like I think it was like Germany. I mean, there were definitely people from Germany, France. I want to say maybe there was a person from Norway. I could be making that up though, but there was definitely people from like out of the country to experience this, and I think people like, you know, they wanted that, and I was kind of like, what is going on? You know, because it was really like I said, my first experience, but I knew nothing about these films, so I was very like shocked. But now looking back on it, I mean, it was one of the most fun I've had shooting something, and B, it's like now I can do anything now, having experienced that. Like this year, for example, to give you an example, like this year I shot. I don't know if you ever watch Blue Bloods. It's on CBS.
Mm-hmm.
So I did an episode of Blue Bloods. You know, just had a really, really little role, and I had like one line, but I couldn't believe like how great, like, you know, I had my costume brought to my dressing room. I had my own dressing room. I had one line. I had my own dressing room. They like brought my clothes to me. They you know, took my clothes and had them zipped up, and everything was like so nice. And I'm thinking to myself, one line and you get like, you know, the king's treatment. And then on the other end, it's like you're doing a Troma film, and it's like you're living in, you know, a room with 5 other people, and everyone lives in the same house, and, you know, it smells like, my room smelled like cheese by the end of the filming. You know, our room had the only working air conditioner. So it's like, you know, after you do a Troma film, it's like everything else is like a piece of cake, and it's so nice.
It sounds like modern day guerrilla filmmaking.
Yeah, I guess you would say that's kind of what it is. No holds barred, you know what I mean? Like I said, we had everyone living in the same house. The special effects department was down in the basement of this. It was like a house connected to this church. All the actors were in like the same. Well, I mean, you know, I was in a room with like 5 other guys. You know, there was maybe 2 bathrooms. There was a time when like the hot water stopped working. You know, so you come back from shooting, you're covered in like fake blood, fake vomit, then you're jumping in this freezing cold shower. I will say though that all the actors always got to go first in line when there was like a line, so that was kind of nice. Yeah, so yeah, it was insane, but in a very fun way. And you know, that's the other thing, like, you know, you shoot from like 7 a.m. till, because it was, you know, it was non-union, so there was really no like restrictions there. Shoot from 7 a.m. till like 1 in the morning, covered in blood. We also shot in like not a very nice neighborhood of Buffalo. So I remember, now this never happened to me, but I remember hearing like one of our crew guys got mugged. Another guy who was on the security team, I guess that's the right word, I don't know, said he would stay, him and a few of like the security personnel would stay at the chicken bunker overnight. He told me he saw like stabbing. So it was wild. It was, yeah.
It definitely, you know, all of those stories kind of add to the experience of a Troma film, right?
Definitely. I mean, you know, who wouldn't at least want to do this for a couple months? You know, just to experience it, because it's wild. It is very fun, very fun.
And how long was the shooting schedule on the film?
I mean, I think I was there from like middle of July, maybe to the end of August, I think. Yeah, in Buffalo over the summer, and just every day, you know, I had a couple days off here and there, but every day just like, you know, at the chicken bunker, and yeah. But I mean, now, you know, it's funny now. I don't even think I could probably do another Troma film. You know, now that I'm in the union, Screen Actors Guild, I don't think I don't even think I could probably do another one unless Lloyd, changed his films to union films. Although I don't, maybe he's done that. I don't know. But yeah. So
he only works with non-union actors and crew.
I don't want to say that's definite, but I mean at the time I was non-union, so I don't really know. But if they ever make Poultrygeist 2, I'll find out, because they'll have, if they want Arbie to come back, like, now he's in his 30s and I don't know what he does for his living now, but yeah, we'll find out. Have him make Poultrygeist 2 but make it a union film so I can do it.
Right. And so what was the set of the chicken bunker like? I mean, it was obviously an old fast food restaurant that they took over.
Yeah, it was an abandoned McDonald's that they transformed into the chicken bunker. It was I guess when the film started, it was, just the McDonald's structure, and then they put in everything. It actually made it look pretty realistic. I mean, some of the details, even on like the menu boards, was great. I don't know if you can really see it all during the filming, but they had every detail, down. But I mean, it definitely got sticky. It was filled with flies. It was hot. Because not that I recall, I don't think there was really any air conditioning, in between takes. I think they hit the fans, but so you can imagine, 2 months, blood, vomit, food, craft services, just the kind of heat and like insects this would attract. It was interesting. Yeah.
Well, and that's kind of my next question to you is in a lot of the scenes in the film, especially towards the end of the film, it just kind of goes off the rails, and there's a bunch of blood and guts and viscera just being kind of thrown all over. What was it like filming with all of that, you covered in that? I mean, was that miserable? Did they try to make it bearable, or was it just kind of, deal with it?
Oh, I mean, it was great. I mean, it was, I remember like the fake vomit. It was the fake vomit. Was like I know there was a lot of like bread, chunks of bread in there, but you just kind of embrace it. It's like this is what this is, and when are you ever gonna get a chance to be like puked on by 10 other people? So as an actor, I thought it was kind of fun just being like slipping in all this crap and getting it dumped on you and. I mean, would I want to do it maybe every day? Maybe not, but I thought it was kind of fun. It was definitely an experience. And luckily, actually, I remember the big vomit day, one of the crew rented a hotel because there was no hot water at the house. So the actors could shower at her hotel room where it was like, hot water, which was nice because, you were in there for a while because you were covered with fake shit and vomit and blood. But I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was a lot of fun.
And, there's another thing that I was kind of taken aback by in the film, that there was musical numbers.
Oh, yeah. I was a little. I'm not a singer by any means, and I think what was helpful though with the musical numbers is we recorded them in a studio here in New York, and then when we were on set, they would just play it back, so you were just kind of lip singing to it because I don't know, like it was nice in the studio just being like me and Kate and some of the directors and stuff like, or Lloyd and then some of the other film people, but I'm not a big singer, and so I was glad that we pre-recorded it because I don't know if I could have sung it 20 takes in a row and kind of kept it the way it sounded. So that was good that was already done.
You mentioned some of your co-stars in the film. What was it like working, with your co-stars in the film?
Luckily everyone was pretty awesome. I don't think there was one. You're in like shows and stuff like that. And sometimes there's like one bad seed that kind of affects the energy of the performance or the final product. I gotta say it was not like that. I mean everyone was a trooper because we were all like kind of in this together. You know what I mean? I don't want to like single out anyone. I mean, I really had a lot of fun, with my manager at the chicken bunker. We had a good time with, that's Josh. I haven't talked to him in a while, actually, but he's actually a big marathon runner, I think, now in California. But yeah, everyone was great. I mean, because I think we were all like, what the hell is going on? We kind of like, we all banded together type of thing,
Right. Well, that's kind of the sense that I got from watching the film is that, when everyone was off set off screen together, it was, oh man, what are we doing? Well, I mean, because, the film is so over the top. It is over the top, off the rails over the top.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what comes across on screen, I can only imagine what that was like being told, okay, now there's this giant mutated half-man human chicken thing with a broomstick dick, like, chasing after you. You know what I mean?
There were some days when I, and then this is bad on my part, but I mean, especially when I had to act opposite of Lloyd, I could not keep it together. I could not keep it together with him. He's ridiculous in the best way, and we would waste the whole day. The scene in the basement when we're dancing together, that took like an entire day, and it was pretty much all my fault because I could not stop laughing at him. And especially when he's like as the chicken monster. Oh my God. Ridiculous. So, it was rough in a good way trying to get through those scenes with him. Like, ridiculous. I wasted the whole day, easily wasted. And he shoots at 35 millimeters, so I don't even know how much film I wasted.
Well, yeah, it definitely feels like, Lloyd Kaufman has a very specific sense of humor. That comes across on screen in his direction, in the characters. And I can only imagine working opposite him.
Yeah. I mean, I literally the one in the basement was the hardest scene to get through. And it's not even that long of a scene, I don't think. But also, he didn't really know his lines all the time. And he's a funny guy, so it was hard to keep a straight face with him.
Now, for you personally, what's your favorite scene in the film?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know if I've ever really gotten asked that. Well, I really like. I don't really know if I necessarily like how do I want to say this? I don't know about, you a lot of times as like an actor, you go back and you kind of like watch your performance and you always think like, oh man, I should have done this, I should have done that. Or at least I do. I don't know. Maybe no one else does. But I really liked the way the graveyard scene, the very first scene, how they filmed it. It was really kind of cool. I had never really experienced anything like that before. They kind of built like a stage and all the zombies were like underneath and so their hands could pop out. Which I thought was really cool. So, I mean, it looks like you're in this graveyard, but you're on this, like, raised platform, which I thought was pretty neat. Some of my, I always look back, I always look at myself and like, I don't know, maybe that's just because I'm trying to, always get better. But I like the graveyard scene only because I really like the way they shot it and the special effects side of it. Yeah, that was an overnight shoot. That scene was all night. By the end of that one, oh my God, Kate and I were like, I don't know about her, but I was dead. But it was very cool. Like, I felt bad for the zombie guys because they were all like, underneath in the mud and muck, all night sticking their arms out into my asshole. But it was a fake butt. But
I was gonna ask you if that was your favorite scene because you liked having a finger in your butt, but that was just
Oh man, when my mom and dad came to New York to see the premiere of that, I was just like, I had my head down. I was just thinking, oh Jesus Christ, what am I putting them through? They're very supportive. When
you saw the final film, what was kind of your reaction to it?
My reaction to it. You watch it, and here's the thing. As long as, and this is how I always am, whatever project I'm doing. As long as the people who are paying me to do it are happy, then I'm happy. Now, is it my what, as like an actor, is it like my proudest, most, best performance? I don't know. I mean, it's certainly enjoyable, but as long as the fans watching it and the people who are, again, paying me to be there are having fun and they think it's funny or they think it's entertaining, then I'm happy, honestly, And that was every time we would cut, I'd be like, okay, because I like, as an actor, I'm very much into, okay, let me try something different with this one. And they were very supportive of that, which was awesome. They were very open to letting you do. If you came up with an idea, let's go with it. Like that line in the graveyard scene about Wendy being very ambidextrous. That was not written like that. And actually, there was a big fight about that little part. And I'm just going to take credit for it unless someone else, says no, he didn't. But I think I came up with that line, and they were happy with that. They were like, let's have fun and play around. So to get back to the question, my reaction is, wow, this is insane, but if it makes some people watching it happy, then I'm happy. How about that?
That makes sense. I mean, it is a very over-the-top film that I feel like if it's either you get it or you don't.
Yes. Now, yeah.
Right. So, after the film came out, kind of, did it affect your career at all? How did the film, being in a Troma film, how did that kind of affect your career moving forward? Obviously, it was your first, at least on IMDb, it was billed as your first, major film role. Yeah,
I mean, and this is just my experience. I'm still, doing the acting thing. And I don't just, I'll say this, at the time that it came out, I was still doing a lot of theater, and only now, more recently, have I kind of delved a little bit more into film and TV. And I don't think it's really affected me in a negative way. I mean, I think I have a nice kind of niche in the horror community. I mean, I know it helped me get, I don't know if you've seen VHS, but, kind of helped me get.
I have.
You have? Okay. So, having some horror background, I think helped me do that. And I think it's helped me stay in kind of the horror genre, actually, I think a week from now, which I'm kind of glad we're having this interview, I think a week from now, I've been working with, I don't know if you've ever heard of Glass Eye Pix. They're this great film company in Brooklyn. They're kind of behind have you ever seen House of the Devil? Or I think they also helped produce maybe The Innkeepers. Maybe I might be definitely House of the Devil. I might be getting it mixed up, but great crew out there that they've been producing these things called Tales from Beyond the Pale, which is these really cool old, they call them radio plays for the digital age. And it's kind of like in the same vein as, you remember The Shadow and War of the Worlds, where you get to listen to the story and kind of hear all the sound effects, and you just kind of had to imagine it on your own.
Right.
So this is actually season 3 that they're coming out with, and I was involved in one of the episodes. It's called Food Chain, written by April Snellings, and I won't give it all away, but it's kind of a take on the Bigfoot tale. I'll just say that. But so I definitely think being involved with Troma and kind of staying in that horror genre has definitely helped me to stay in it, because I really do. I know I didn't know Troma, but I'm a pretty big horror movie fan.
You talk about horror movies, and obviously you've been in Poultrygeist, which is a horror movie, and VHS. What are kind of some of your favorites in the genre?
Okay, well, if we're going to talk about, kind of the goal of a horror movie, which is to scare you, I'd say the original Exorcist is the scariest movie for me, personally. So I don't want to say it's my favorite, but it has scared me the most out of any horror film I've seen. I really like Cabin in the Woods. I don't know if you consider that more sci-fi or that's horror, right?
I would consider that meta horror, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Cabin in the Woods. I'm probably one of my favorites also that I just mentioned was House of the Devil. I don't know if you've seen that. He ever hears this interview, if he's ever looking for like I don't know, a quirkier kind of young adult now, because I finally was able to grow some facial hair, so I look a little older than I did in Poultrygeist. If he's ever looking for someone of my caliber, I hope he gives me a call, because that's probably my favorite. If we're talking about like just like not scary, it is scary, but like I'm talking just like I could watch it over and over again. I'd say Cabin in the Woods and House of the Devil are maybe my two. The Exorcist, I don't choose to watch that on like a regular basis. But those two, I'd be like, awesome, it's Christmas, let's put in House of the Devil.
And everybody else is watching Home Alone and Jingle All the
Miracle on
Way.
34th Street. I'm like, look for Cabin in the Woods. So I think Cabin in the Woods, House of the Devil. I'm trying to think some of my other go-to ones. I really do like Child's Play, actually. I don't know. How can you not like that one? But in terms of like the scariest, I'd still say The Exorcist is up there for me.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen You're Next by chance? And it's not really a horror.
Yes, I have seen that one.
I mentioned that because Ty West gets fucking murdered like 2 minutes into that movie.
Is it the arrow? Does he get shot by the arrow?
He gets shot by the crossbow through the eye.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I'm going to put it out there that I'm going to work with him one day. Even if it's just like, I'll just come on and say like what I did in Blue Bloods. I had like a little scene with Tom Selleck. I said like, I played the sound tech, so all I said was sound, and then that was it. But so I can do that in like a Ty West film. I can come out and be like, hey man, and then keep walking or something, whatever.
Or just be like the first guy to get murdered.
Sure. I can get murdered, yeah.
I'll get murdered in a Ty West film, why not?
I'm putting it out there. There we go. I'd also like to, this is me just kind of wishful thinking here, but I would definitely want to do something with James Gunn too, if I ever could. That'd be pretty awesome.
I think poor James Gunn is tied up with Marvel for the foreseeable future.
That's okay. I'm going to try to get in that too.
Like as much as I'm a huge fan of Slither and Super, I don't think they'll be making movies like that for a while.
Yeah, Slither's great. That's another one that it's like, holy shit, this probably was wild to film this. When he like whips his whatever and cuts the guy in half. Excellent. That could have been that guy. See, okay, Ty West. If he does something where a guy gets like split in half, I'll be that guy.
So for December, we're going to be talking about kind of, I know that this is, I don't know if this is, I want to ask your opinion about this before I ask you this question. How do you feel about the phrase, so bad they're good, as an actor?
So bad they're good.
Do you feel that that's like a derogatory term?
I got to be honest with you. I've had some fair share of some, I'll call it constructive criticism. I once did this thing. It was on YouTube. It was for it was kind of cool actually. It was for a razor company, like a shaving company. I won't mention which one, but it was this cool thing where like you could actually, it was interactive, where you could like type stuff in and then I would do it, or at least get as close as we could, given the realms of
I can only imagine
of the internet. I got some, and I never look at like, I don't know why. I think on YouTube you can see a lot of the comments, and I got some rough comments. Some comments that were like, this dude should kill himself, and just some bad stuff that is kind of tough to read. But I don't know, it's just someone's opinion. So I guess the so bad it's good. I guess it's kind of. It's not as bad as someone saying that you should die. So I guess I'd be okay with it.
Are there any films that you enjoy that would be considered so bad they're good?
Like I said, I own Garbage Pail Kids, so that's, I guess if that made your list, then I guess that's one of them right there. Oh, no, you know what? No, I take it back. I do have an answer for you. And I don't know if you've ever seen this, but if you haven't, watch it tonight. Just sit down and put on Troll 2 for me, okay? That's probably the number one on the list right there for so bad it's good. Yeah, Troll 2. There you go. The whole popcorn scene, why that popcorn starts getting popped when she's like seducing that kid. I still don't quite understand, but yeah, if no one, I'm sure a lot of people hopefully a lot of people will listen to this, but for the people who are listening to it, if they haven't seen Troll 2, make that first on your Netflix right there.
Do yourself a favor and watch Troll 2 because it is absolutely a insane movie.
Neilbog is goblin spelled backwards.
Or when the kid pees all over the food to make them not eat it, because that's the best course of action to get people to not eat food, is to piss on it.
Oh my God! Yeah, well, who doesn't? Yeah, that's what I do. You know.
Is there anything you're working on now you'd like to talk about?
You know, I actually think I mentioned it. That Tales from Beyond the Pale is my most current kind of project, and I think it's supposed to come out. Season 3 is supposed to come out November 27th. So, yeah, that's my most current gig right now. Unless Ty West hears this and is like, oh, I got to get that guy right now.
I mean, hey, you know.
But yeah, so if you wouldn't mind, it's great. These are very cool. I think they're cool in the sense that it's like you have to use your imagination and just kind of listen. And the Glass Eye Picks crew is awesome. You know, another guy involved with all those. He's in it. Like everything is. I'm gonna mess up his last name, but Larry Fessenden, who's a big big horror guy. So got a lot of good people behind it, I think. So pretty excited about that. Kind of get a lot to do. I don't get a chance to do a lot of voiceover stuff, so it's kind of newer for me. Yeah.
And how do you feel about doing voiceover versus TV versus film?
You know, I don't do a lot of voiceover, so I wouldn't say I was really awesome at it. You know, I don't. It's a new realm for me, which is why I was happy to be a part of this thing. It's interesting because it's all yeah, I don't know if I've done it enough to kind of answer that question, but hey, maybe they'll bring me in for season 4 if they make it. But it's definitely, you have to you just have the words on the page, and you kind of have to use that energy that you can find, or because you don't really have. I don't know, like some of the times when you're in the booth, it's just you. So it's like, you have to kind of dig deep to find how you're going to react, or, because you don't have anyone opposite, to play off of. So it's definitely interesting for an actor. I think it's cool as an actor too, because it's different. It's just a different kind of acting. People are going to listen to this and be like, "What is that guy talking about?" Yeah. Well,
thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to talk to me about Poultrygeist.
Yes, I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope your listeners enjoyed it.
All right. Big thanks to Jason Yachanin for sitting down and talking with me about Poultrygeist. Finish up talking about this movie. We've talked about the effects. We've talked about some of the scenes. I'm curious for you guys, personally, what are your favorite kind of effects scenes or effect gags in the film?
The wishbone sequence, I thought that was hilarious.
We already talked about the egg titties.
That was my favorite, undoubtedly my favorite. Let's see, what was that? How do I word that? The weird graveyard man in the beginning with the prosthetic cock.
Oh, that's just jacking it. Oh, and then they grab Arbie's underwear. He goes up his ass and then through his mouth grabs the underwear and then sucks it back all the way through his body again. Yeah, that's a good one. I like Danny's head when he switches to
what do they call it? Black and Cajun chicken. Black and Cajun chicken.
Come on, God damn it!
I think those are, outside of that, I mean, I don't really know if there's a lot of like moments in the movie where the effects are necessarily outstanding. They're all just kind of the same.
There's a lot of like, just like blood hoses and
chicken beaks,
splattering of green stuff, and yeah.
Jared's fat suit.
Oh, where he shits himself and it sucks, like his skin deflates all super fast.
Looks like a giant like poop monster man chicken thing.
Yeah, yeah.
That's still a scene that leaves me wondering because it doesn't make any sense. I don't think he ever shows back up in the movie.
I think that sequence is the prequel to Bad Milo.
Ooh, good one. Good one. Bad Milo.
Which is a fantastic movie.
Of another character who shits out a monster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, on the topic of butts and shitting stuff out that kills people.
I'm surprised we haven't talked about the scene where Carl Jr. fucks a chicken carcass.
Yeah. But like, as far as the, I don't know. As far as the outrageousness goes, I think that's like almost
normal.
That's like the most normal. You kind of expected that of that guy.
And then Hummus kills him, kills the zombie version of him.
Impales him through the butt.
Into his dick.
And his dick is on the end of a broom.
Yeah. Oh, so what does he say? Look at how big my wood is.
Yeah.
Or some shit like that.
And back onto the whole, like, the playfully racist aspects of this movie, the fact that Hummus gets blamed for almost every murder of the staff of the American chicken bunker.
Yeah, and she doesn't do anything until the end when she.
No, she's just always there when it happens.
Yeah. And of course she blows up twice.
Yes.
The Muslim line cook drinks meat steroids and explodes, and then she comes back to life and blows up again.
As the derobed hot Muslim woman.
Yeah. I knew she was hot under there the whole time.
This is all we think about, of course.
You're just thinking, is she hot under there? I wonder.
Yeah. We're just like, all right, look at all the gore, but is hummus hot? That's what I want to know.
It's just, like you guys said, it's not a particularly well done movie, but if you're a fan of gore and, I don't know, over the top shit, I mean, this really kind of satiates both of those needs.
Yep.
I mean, nobody really makes movies like this anymore.
No, it's true.
Nobody makes Evil Dead anymore. Nobody makes movies like this anymore. I mean, this movie really is pretty close to Evil Dead in the amount of just like over the top gore and like low budget quality of the gore.
Sure, yeah, we hear you there.
Yeah, right. I mean, the original Evil Dead, not Evil Dead 2. I mean, Evil Dead 2 is a little bit more restrained than even Evil Dead 1 was.
Yeah, they don't have the tree rape scene.
Oh.
They even have the tree rape scene in the new
and it's
remakes.
So much worse.
Oh my God. I watched it again like last week and it just is cringeworthy how gnarly that sequence is.
My girlfriend still has nightmares about that part.
I want them to bring the tree rape into the show. That's what I want. If there's a tree rape sequence and I want it to be a dude, I want a dude to get butt fucked by a tree in Ash vs. Evil Dead.
We are politically correct people.
I don't know. You might get your wish. Who knows?
I hope I do.
I hope you have insider information. That was a clue, because if it is, yes!
Well, in the interview I did with Ray Santiago, he said that something happens to Pablo at the end of the show that no man should ever have to deal with.
Oh.
So I don't know if that means he gets like his dick cut off or he gets fucked in the ass by a tree.
I think I'm rooting for tree
tree rape
or tree butt fucking. Yeah.
Tree butt fucking. Man, we're just covering all the bases of things that no one has ever said on this podcast.
I think yeah. But
nipple eggs and tree butt fucking.
And mama birding.
Yeah, and mama birding.
No, but to get back to Poultrygeist, I think the more we talk about it, the more I like it. It's a huge piece of shit, but the more we talk about how ridiculous it is, the more I want to watch it a third time.
There's one thing about this movie that I'm surprised we haven't discussed yet, because I think it'd be the aspect that most people would have such a fucking problem with nowadays, is the way that they sort of playfully throw in Native American history. I mean, they make fun of movies like Pet Sematary or, just the general, Lovecraftian, like we're going to, build this, thing on an ancient Indian burial ground. And then in this case, they come back as zombie chickens that are wearing headbands with feathers. Or the one guy, I think it's General Leroy, comes back with a bone chest piece thing, tribal looking thing. And then when Hummus runs around when she's going to blow it up, kind of doing the Americanized fucking Indian chant. But really the fucking really big punch for me was the fact that the chickens die by alcohol, which of course is what the white people, introduced into Native American cultures. And
there you go.
In addition to smallpox.
Well, and don't forget on their blankets, of course. Don't forget, however, that the only actual Native American character in this movie is also like a gigantic drunk.
Oh, yeah. Gigantic drunk that doesn't get affected. He's just drunk the whole fucking movie.
Yeah. It really is like everything about this movie is it's trying to be offensive. And for someone who doesn't really, I don't get offended easily. I wasn't offended, but man, if someone who's just like triggered, like, you know, like someone who just gets triggered really easily, this movie would just drive them up a wall.
Yeah, anybody who ever uses the term microaggressions would fucking shit their pants if they tried to watch this movie.
We didn't even mention that the characters all die at the end because of course they do.
Yeah.
Their car just flips over after a little girl in the backseat is turning into a chicken.
Really, in my opinion, that's the way every good horror movie should end. They all die.
Everyone should be
Which is my gripe with any horror movie that ends on a high point. It just becomes a shitty movie. The Conjuring.
Yeah,
Conjuring.
What a piece of shit until the end.
Oh, what a piece of shit. I hate that movie.
Yeah, but The Conjuring wasn't really a horror movie, though. Like, with that cop-out ending, I was like, yeah, this is more like a thriller. Like, you kind of...
just changed the ending and had everybody fucking die, then it would have been better.
It's also based off of a true story, so that's my excuse for that.
Quote, based off a true story.
Hey, just because they read it in the newspaper, it's based off a true story. Oh God.
Yeah, to any horror director listening to this, kill everyone in your fucking cast.
Kill everyone.
You can always find new dumb teenagers for your next film. I promise. There are thousands of them in Hollywood just waiting to be cast.
Yes.
Oh God.
If you run out of ideas on how to kill them, contact us. We'll figure it out for you.
Yeah.
Well, starting with Rashid. And kind of just going around the room with you guys. Skip it or watch it, and best performance.
Skip it. Best performance is probably Danny, the Black and Cajun chicken man.
What about you, Eric?
I say watch it for sure. Just don't have any expectations at all. Get drunk and watch it. And Denny is my boy.
What about you, Troy?
I'd say watch it. Why not? You know, don't go into it expecting anything special. And Denny for sure, best performance.
And Cody.
I would say only watch it if you are not straight edge. Get high as fuck and drunk as fuck. Watch it alone. If you're like that, watch it with your friends so you can laugh at it. Or watch it sober and do what I did and take like a page of notes on all the weird commentary.
Nerd alert.
Nerd, man. Oh, man, come on. You got to take 2 pages of notes, bro. 1 page? What's that all about? Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's a watch. You just have to go into this movie with the right mindset. That it's not serious at all. It's an over-the-top, crazy Troma film that has music that, man, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just fast forward through all the music parts.
Really fast forward through all the music parts. Best performance, I don't know. I feel like if anyone else had played the Arbie character and hadn't committed to it, the movie would have suffered because clearly Jason Yachanin committed to the role as Arbie, and I think that if anyone else had been in the film and not committed to it, it wouldn't have been nearly as watchable. If someone had just been like, I'm going through the motions, I'm gonna have to give it to him, really. Jason Yachanin as Arbie. What do you guys think the Rotten Tomato score is for the film?
I think we cheated a little bit and did a little bit of research on the movie.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, you don't know what it is?
I have no idea.
Oh, well,
surprisingly high.
Some of us know, and it's surprisingly high. If I didn't know what it was, I would say it had to be like a 20-something, like in the 20s.
I'd say, given the general mindset of seemingly of the people that vote on Rotten Tomatoes, I'd say like a 4.
Critics, man, they're a rough bunch.
I mean, fucking House of a Thousand Corpses has like under a 20%. That is bullshit in my mind.
That movie is fantastic.
Guys are fans of Rob Zombie, huh?
I sense that maybe you're not.
No, I am, but I know a lot of people aren't.
We love Rob Zombie. At least I think all of us love Rob Zombie's horror movies.
Dude, Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's movie. I love that movie.
Fucking dead Sherry Moon Zombie, bro.
Oh my God, so hot.
Yeah, I think you guys are in the minority on people who like those Halloween movies.
Yeah, I think we are too.
Yeah.
Well, Eric, you hate the originals and you love the new ones, right?
No, I don't hate the originals. You know what? I watched Season of the Witch again like a couple weeks ago, and that's a fantastic movie.
The one that doesn't have Michael Myers in it?
Yeah. I don't know like what it is about that movie, but it's amazing.
And you're not alone, because that movie is really well regarded, even though it doesn't have Michael Myers. So
yeah, I don't know. I like Rob Zombie's a little bit more outright brutality of his remakes as opposed to the sort of generic 80s slasher vibes of like the first couple of Halloweens.
Well, the last couple of Halloweens are just trash.
You don't like the one with Ice Cube or Ice-T or one of those?
LL Cool J?
Yeah. LL Cool J, there you go.
One of those guys.
The acting powerhouse that is LL Cool J.
No, wait, wasn't
Busta Rhymes.
Busta.
Yeah. Rhymes was at H2O.
And he plays like a TV producer.
Oh my god.
Wait, no, is it H2O or is it the one where they do like the reality show in the house?
It's that one.
No, it's not H2O.
That's not H2O?
It's a different one.
Yeah.
Isn't H2O is the one that has Josh Hartnett in it?
Yep.
Josh Hartnett is in one?
Yeah, dude. It's like what I think it's
Remember when he was an actor?
It's like Josh Hartnett's Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation, the one with
that's not Josh Hartnett.
No, I know, but like how the fact that Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger are doing everything in their power to ensure that no one knows that movie exists.
It's amazing.
I love that movie.
It's something. I won't say if it's good or bad, but I'll say that it's fucking insane.
All I want to do is talk to McConaughey about that movie.
And he'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, Nick.
I wasn't part of I didn't make no horror movie, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
I just drive Lincolns.
Right? Well, Poultrygeist has a 64% on Rotten Tomatoes.
What?
And the critics' consensus for the film is Poultrygeist may be relentlessly tasteless and juvenile, but it's also a lively slice of schlocky fun. Well, before I talk about this Thursday's Kulturecast, did you guys have anything you wanted to plug?
If you're in the LA area, we're playing a show January 25th at the Silver Lake Lounge with the band Silver Snakes. They're great. They're good buddies of ours. It's going to be fun.
You can find our music on the internet by Googling it.
Wovoka.bandcamp.com. You can hear our debut record that came out earlier this year. It's called Sorrows. It's all right.
It's a piece of shit.
Wow, that's pretty metal. As for me, you can follow me on Twitter at CultureStash and check out cultureshock.com if you want to listen to any more podcasts. We have 100 previous episodes. And this Thursday, we're going to be talking about the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh, man. I love that movie.
I'm a Mario. I'm a Luigi.
Trust the fungus.
My favorite thing about that movie still, hands down, a little preview for Thursday. My favorite thing from that movie is Dennis Hopper with a Devo gun shooting a human being, the human being turning into a chimp, and then him going monkey like that. That shit right there doesn't make any sense, but it's great. It is. Oh God. But yeah, a big thanks to you guys for sitting down and talking Poultrygeist with me.
Yeah, thanks for having us,
man.
Yeah, and yeah, make sure to check out this Thursday's Kulturecast.